Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our broadcast again. We're still having issues here with this, with some of the elements here. What we're going to do is just cancel out that part of um, uh, this issue. We're going to just leave that be for the time being and try to move on from our previous broadcast. Now we're still showing preset errors, or at least the messages that we're having resource overload or overages. So that is something that we're monitoring. We're going to have to look into that at another time. And let's still try to get this thing. What we're going to do today in this broadcast and stream, we're going to try monitoring further and try to get some other monitoring systems up and getting ready to go. Let me just get this. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and we are going to set up the heads up with the camera here. Give that a time to load up. And we got some data feed coming in. We have that UFO around Brooklyn. Brooklyn's in trouble. Okay, so we're having the camera problem again, a repeat of it now. Not sure why, probably the it was not something that was corrected in any all the other slides. Let me take a quick look. See, yeah, they're on. Everything's turned off. Everything's turned off here, so there should not be an issue. I'm going blank. Okay, and after going blank, we have some progress upstairs. Now we'll try the lower feed. See if we can get that to work and kick in. And so we'll see that the bottom did not kick in as expected. So we'll try to get that started up. See if we can do that. So that is not wanting to turn on. We'll go blank again and try the bottom one directly. And we'll try the bottom here. So here's the camera, that works. Bottom camera is working. Top camera should be working as well. Alrighty, yeah. So all these things are now cameras working for that image. Let's go to the HUD display, and that's working there. So it could be, yeah, it could be I have to turn it on there, or it's a one way to fix it at least. So at least we found one way to get that fixed. How you doing? God bless you, brother. I'm doing a gaming broadcast, so I know you're always trying to reach me, but we're talking gaming right now. I can't talk about anything else. So today's a gaming day for my gaming projects. Alrighty, so we got that to work. Now we're going to get the heads-up display to show what we're getting on the feed. Alright, so turn that off and do that. And we're going to turn that off. Alright, we'll wait for that to update. And this is now what's coming in. Again, the Google or map overlay on the data stream. So what we want to do is we want to see if we can run some apps here so that we can add what's going on. And we're looking for New York. And New York City. We're gonna go to the Staten Island, right? So this will be so we're trying to monitor the emergency channels.
What company is it? Okay, 10-4. box 3140. The address is 213 Boston Road, 28 O Street in Bronx Park South. Smoking apartment 190 on the first floor. Bronx alarm box 3140. The address is 213 Boston Road, 28 O Street in Bronx Park South. Smoking apartment 190 on the first floor. And 147 different address. 264, 37, code 3 on box 285. 6 4 headquarters, please contact. That's all. Around 175. Around 175. 17. The address is 245 Jackson Ave. Between 4th Road, Section Hill Street, or Mac Lawson Hotel. Express 35. Address is 27-45 Jackson Ave. Between 4th Road, Section Hill Street, or Mac Lawson Hotel. Townhouse 1, Box 49, Section 416.
Okay, we're monitoring to see if any alien activity in New York City. Yeah, you're only getting static out there. There's some static, but that's from our monitoring of the police and fire department channels. That's where the static is coming from. You shouldn't be only hearing static.
1 and 2 for 1026 above November Larry.
So now that you're educated, you cannot be any dumb anymore.
There's a shove the rule, shove the one rule infantry. Here in the house.
Oh man, some people are just too funny, too funny. Just look at everything. They complain when I'm talking, and then if I reduce the volume, we have some volume problems there, and somebody complained, so we're going to lower that. But I still need to hear it. So again, that's the nature of the radios. That's radio. Nothing we can do about that. That's well, it looks like this thing's on the move. This thing's on the move here. Something's caught its attention. No. Alright, let's set up some other things that we need. We need monitoring. Okay, so where should we send people to watch this? Trying to tweet out so that the people are aware of what's going on. Again, this is a Spaceperium development stream. Whoops. also monitoring Twitter now for other UFO sightings. The UFO is definitely on the move. It's doing something. We're monitoring the fire department and police department in New York City. I believe the fire department monitoring is citywide. The police department monitoring is in Brooklyn. That's where the UFO was last. I don't know where it is now. I can't tell from this view. We're using Google Maps to overlay the data stream coming in. And again, we can't tell if this is synchronized, it's real time, is it something that is being emitted, streamed to someone, someplace, that we're catching it and we're displaying it. I mean, this could have been previously data previously collected, and that we're hacking into it and getting it, and then or it could be actual real time. It could be even a planned route. We have no way of confirming one thing or another. It's simply this is what we're getting. So we're monitoring. I mean, there's we're monitoring the we're monitoring the radios to see if there's been any sightings of any UFOs or aliens. Check on our New York contact, and oh, they are in the air. Our New York contact. It's possible that they've dropped off some aliens, soldiers or observers, scientists, whatever. The telemetry right now is showing the UFO is out at sea. You don't know if they left anything back at New York City, and we don't know if there are any others. Yeah, that's too much. We're monitoring fire department and New York City police departments right now. We're suspecting the alien craft has dropped off something, or even some of its crew. We don't know yet. We're trying to monitor to see if there's any activity suspicious in New York City right now. Of course, the static you hear is all radios. That's how radios sound. For those of you who are unknowing of what that is, there's nothing we can do about that. There's nothing wrong with your TV set. It's part of the carrier signal that boosts the voice over. We may not be straight on the frequency either, so that's another issue. But that's the way it is, the nature of the animal. We heard a few things that were suspicious sounding. There seemed to be one situation in Brooklyn where they needed some turn off of water pipes and entry into some area, some building. So we just haven't heard any updates yet. It seemed to be a big deal. I may have to switch to a citywide frequency to monitor citywide. Although the UFOs seem to be hovering over Brooklyn. Again, we do not know when that data stream had started, so we don't know when what time it was actually created. And we could be watching something that happened a few days ago, and we can also be watching something that is planned. I'm going to look up UFO sightings from New York City and see what we can find. See if anyone's posting any updates. We're also checking the Twitter. Okay, we've lost the signal right now. It's AI is taking over right now to do its normal scanning. To have some telemetry back. This thing has moved. It's in a different location. I'm trying to find in Google where this place is at. Seems to have some indication. It's not on your screen, but I have indications that this is a thing called Cape Henry Lighthouse. There seems to be a landmark there. Cape Henry, where's that at? Cape Henry Lighthouse. It's in Virginia. So these guys went from Brooklyn a few moments ago, and they're now in Virginia. Still on the East Coast. I don't know how close that is to Washington, D.C., but that would be my first concern. We're having a network break right now. I'm going to switch to police scanner. I'm going to check which one it is that is that's local to Brooklyn. Fire department is all boroughs in New York City. The Brooklyn is for the police department. So I'm going to try to find a citywide for the police. So I found the special operations frequency. So if we've added the Special Operations Division radio.
On confirm with you for 5070, 1958 Ocean Avenue N to O. Unconfirmed. Emergency service Adam 10. On the second floor, Louis the 57, male, 45 years old, violent. And for the location, the EC is the domestic unconfirmed. Emergency service Adam 10, unconfirmed violent EC of 50112. 950563 Drive, Honda, Boulevard. No weapon. Unconfirmed. Five of the 43 receiving a call to gas unconfirmed. B79 Stella. East unit, Lafayette Story, unconfirmed. Emergency service on 11. Exit 42 eastbound. Male Hispanic wearing a gray shirt, former sweatpants in the 20s. Is Charles Center right?
I'm going to try to get rid of the staticky feed here. I think it's the other, the Brooklyn NYPD. So we'll make that very low. We'll see in a second if I'm right or not about that.
Emergency service and cancellation in the 112 responded and 63.
These guys look like they're looking for something. The trajectory that we're getting is very strange behavior. Something looks like they're in a search now around the Virginia, north of Virginia. I'm going to tweet that. It also seems to be an important update. So let's get that tweeted out there.
Emergency service and cancellation in the 10 of the school. Emergency service Adam Center. Chuck February. Emergency service Adam Space cancellation in the 70 for 1968 Ocean Avenue. Five of the 114 receiving a cardiac unconfirmed. 313 to Denmark. CJ Max unconfirmed. 101, 269 East 14, and 10 to leave it. Female with no clothes on, confirmed.
Oh my, that must be an alien apparition, a female with no clothes on.
Emergency service down 7.
They're reproducing. Maybe that's it. They are trying to reproduce with the human race, folks. There's a female somewhere in New York running around with no clothes on.
You have a CC on the roof and a compliance at 73275 Old Street. 275 Old Street.
It looks like the alien ship is on the move. If they're heading back to New York City, you know why now. A naked woman out in the street.
Cancellation on the 110 or 100 Street. Emergency service 7-1, cancellation on North for 194 East.
They definitely look like they're looking for something. Looking for something very, very carefully. Must be scanning. We don't have no idea. We have no way of ascertaining. But by the way the ship is moving, it seems to be looking for something. Again, this is from data streams coming in, overlaid with the Google map, so that we can understand what's happening. As long as we're able to maintain this process, we'll continue to bring it. This is Spaceperium game development. Game development is a game development project.
Emergency service Church State. You're running at East Street, go on to the 73275 Old Street on the roof.
It seems to be hugging the coastline. Sometimes heading into the inner waterways. Seems to be something either on the coast or in between, or right beyond. There's these outlaying areas.
Cancellation in a 112 for 63 Drive.
To think that these guys are above our heads. We don't even know that they're there. And sometimes when it gets spotty like that, we're losing the data stream. So we might expect to get a break any time soon. And it seems like they were overlooking the body streams. How you doing? Thanks for the follow, guys. Thanks for the follow. It could be there's something in the body of waters around these cities, different places along the East Coast right now. We're getting updates on the feeds from the radio signals. Let me look for any UFO sightings here. UFO sighting, New York City. Let's see what we can find there. Well, I see. We have here some news suggesting that New York seems to be a high-level area for UFOs. This is from Patch, New York. I'm going to show that on the screen for you. Patch, New York. I'm not sure you can see it. If you can, I'm sorry, but we're having. I'll read that for you. It's from patch.com. Okay, there you go. You have it now. It says thousands of UFOs were reported in the skies of New York between 2001 and 2015. This is an article dated July the 12th, 2018 by Adam Nichols, a staff member for Patch. And I don't know if that's a unique picture or whatnot. And it seems to say there's something checking us out. Here are the top 10 places in the country for UFO sightings per 100,000 people. Vermont. Very interesting. Isn't that where Bernie Sanders is? Second, Oregon. Third, Washington. Four, Maine. Five, New Hampshire. Six, Arizona. Seven, New Mexico. Eight, Alaska. Montana, number nine. And number 10, Idaho. Gotta watch out all those potatoes out there. And there's a book that features that. You gotta read that article, patch.com. New York City UFO sighting reports. Just do a search on that site and get that reference. It says at one time, what does it say here for anything in New York City? Let's see if there's any reference in here about New York City directly. I need a time check. We have someone in the air heading over here where we're at. And they're in the air. So they're trying to intercept this UFO and see how successful they will be. It says in the skies over New York. It says 5,141 UFOs were spotted in the skies over New York between 2000, putting the state in the 6th place in the country for the number of possible visits from space aliens. So although it's not in one of the 10 top places of sightings, New York though has been a significant place of sightings, reaching 5,141 between 2001 2015, and surely that has increased and been added to since. The most commonly reported UFO sightings are mysterious light. Others include discs, spheres, cigar shapes, flashes, and formations. And it's interesting that they would mention the cigar shape because they had found an asteroid, NASA, and it was also cigar shaped, and many people were speculating that that was also a alien spaceship. Why would a cigar shaped object be an alien spaceship? Is that because it looks like a submarine or something? I'm trying to relate that. We know the traditional disc has always been regarded as a UFO, but a cigar shape is I'm sure there's videos with cigar shape type of sightings. And this sphere is interesting. And that would be an interesting question. Would a spherical shaped ship be able better to utilize navigational and other types of travel realities in space as a sphere, like the planets? And does that make any sense? That a UFO might be a sphere, actually, not the disk. And maybe the disks were our perspective of the sphere, a truly spherical item, or maybe vice versa. Let's see what other sightings we have using Google search here. Here we have a U.S. UFO sighting in New York City.
Male intoxicated, passenger on drugs, nationality, James down, unconfirmed.
We'll wait for that to load up. This is from ABC News. They'll probably run an ad.
Emergency service out of 9786 on Old Street.
UFO skeptics have had a tough time debunking some recent video. This was shot last week in Brooklyn, New York. Three glowing objects, even within the formation, all two. Similar sightings of three glowing lights have been caught on tape in San Francisco and England as well.
So they were seeing three lights in the sky, basically, as we saw in the other article, that most people see lights in the sky.
Emergency service out of 5. Emergency service out of 5 on Kirkland ADP from 50122. 285 Mill Road, Arcadia, Texas.
Here in the HuffPost, New York City UFO sighting. Mystery object provokes rash of internet speculation. New York is certainly a savvy bunch, which is why surprisingly there's a lot of chat on Twitter right now about an alleged UFO sighting in the city. While there has been no documentation, it hasn't stopped thousands of Twitterers from postulating. This website claims all the hoopla is in reference to a retired NORAD general predicting a UFO visit on October 13, 2010.
Suicidal female, unconfirmed.
So we're not hearing anything on these radio frequencies that would support any type of sightings at this point. So it looks like there was a temporary glitch in the UFO. There was a temporary sighting, and it's staying cloaked at this point, or it has left, because we have no way of ascertaining if this data is pre-recorded or a futuristic planning stream emitting a plan of travel, route if you will, that it will take or something will take, or if it's actually doing a scan. So that is still what the mystery is at this point. What is it? be right back after that announcement.
Strawberry could preserve my and gun and performance of that.
Spaceperium, this is a game, ladies and gentlemen, and a game under development. So we are designing this game. It's right now we're recruiting game masters. You can go to the URL. Only one game master in every city or zone or state. Take a look at the video, get some popcorn ready, watch it, and consider joining the game, the Spaceperium, as a game master. You'll be part of the game, in fact. Okay, we're back monitoring this telemetry here that we're getting. Also, we have someone coming in. They're flying in the air, probably crossing this thing right now. Someone in the air we have from New York, heading out of New York City on an airplane, and haven't gotten a report yet if they are seeing this thing up there. I don't expect them to be able to see it. So what would happen if you guys saw this UFO in New York City? Ring in, come on in. This thing is going up and down the East Coast. What do you do? We don't know. We're listening to these radios to see if any crew members have gotten off the ship. It was in Brooklyn earlier. It's traveled. It went down to Virginia as far as we can tell. And this thing has traveled. We don't know if they left something in New York City. We don't know that. It seems, it looks like it's heading back up the East Coast now. To have stopped, or the data stream stopped, or it has stopped. Sunrise Beach, according to Google, popped up there. So wherever that is, that's where this, at least this stream is showing that it's there. Again, I wish we knew. We can only assume that, and I guess we are hopeful that it is a actual synchronous travel. Sorry about that. We had you guys off there. Synchronous travel, we can only assume, or really just hoping that it is in fact synchronized travel with by the UFO. Seems we lost the telemetry right now. Okay, it looks like we've lost the telemetry there for now. So we're going to continue here on until we can get some more telemetry from our hacking into this stream. The question becomes, what are you going to do if and when a UFO is actually present above New York City? This is the scenario that we have here. What is it that, and if you were in New York City, what would be the impact? And and the impact of that anyplace else? Worldwide, in fact. Obviously, if UFO was hovering, as we saw, on New York City, and there was some type of something going on, they're obviously doing something. What would you think that is? This is disconcerting. Just this concept that there's aliens observing us, and that actually a spaceship would be hovering over New York City. And in this case, it's not visible. At least it wasn't visible for too long. It wouldn't have been. It could have been seen by someone. We're still monitoring the police and fire department radios in New York City to ascertain that. We haven't heard anything, frankly, since we started to monitor those radios. But are people ready? Are people ready for a possible visitation of a UFO? And also, and when I say visitation, we still don't know if they put anyone on the ground, so we don't know that. I mean, are they walking among us? Is the question, right? Because if they're watching, what would we do? If just we have some intelligence, what would we do as if we were observing another planet with a population? I mean, would we just be hovering there, or would we try to put somebody on the ground? So, I would think they're putting people on the ground. I don't think if you see a UFO in New York City, I would assume that they have somebody on the ground. I'm not thinking they're just staying up in their ship. You got to think of things like that, because if you are able to see, or we're able to detect a UFO above a major American city, or any city in the world, you have to suspect that they have already landed someplace remotely, even, and drop somebody off, or some people, well, I call them people, but some alien forces. If it's for an invasionary force, if it's a exploration, they're going to do that. They're going to drop some of their team off in whatever place. So again, this brings in some questions that need to be answered. And simply, I think people need to be ready in any case, just like being ready for a hurricane or a tornado. Well, tornado, if it hits your home, you're pretty much done. But if it comes through the town, rips up the town here and there, supermarket's gone. What are you going to do for milk and groceries? So you have to be ready. People have to be ready for any type of situation that can occur. It will interrupt. We should look at the interruption into daily life. Interruption, daily life, IDLs. An IDL. I'm gonna coin it. An IDL. Are you ready for IDL? This is an IDL situation. It's an IDL scenario. And just like a hurricane, massive hurricane, can come and destroy your IDL. So that's what we're talking about, an IDL event. And even though there's no natural catastrophe in this scenario, the scenario poses an IDL situation. And are you ready for an IDL? And this IDL can last for a few days to a week or more, just like a natural catastrophe. So the question is, are you ready, and are you able to handle natural catastrophes of that magnitude? We're dropping frames like crazy. Again, this is part of the situation of the high resource usage that we have, or we have to have for this type of stream. And I think we have restored telemetry here, so let's get back to our display. This definitely looks like the Jersey Shore.
Rockfall on box 764, the location RSC 6 line, Eureka Avenue, Westchester Avenue, for a track fire. Rockfall on box 7364, location.
Here we're having telemetry problems. It's suspected it can't be. We're lucky we're even getting this. We are lucky we're even getting this. You guys are not getting a smoother rendition because it's very difficult. It's consuming a lot of resources here. So you're getting infrequent updates on your screens. Now our telemetry is also doing the same. So we're all suffering the same thing that you are.
We're on Westchester Boardwalk, day 27. Only on Westchester and Boardwalk on day 27.
So we have a lull in the radio traffic. Huh?
Adam 9. 107, unconfirmed by the EDP, 164 Street to 85 Avenue, 164 to 85 Avenue. For agent, being violent and weapons on duty, 32 years old. Unconfirmed.
Did they say UFO? You heard that?
to 5 Avenue. Sorry to 5 for a male doing trash can in the street, yelling at people. Gonna be a male black wearing a white t-shirt, 63 years old.
Somebody's yelling at people, probably telling them the UFO, UFO, they saw it. We're being invaded.
EMS box 3018, location
EDP West 58 Street to 5 Avenue. Pickup of EDP unconfirmed. Metro Tassel, 19 unconfirmed EDP, 2nd Avenue, between 86 and 87, non-violent, no weapons or injuries, for two males and 2 females, walked through the fruit stand, possibly on drugs, unconfirmed. Metro Tassel.
They're going back to their looking pattern or searching pattern, I should say. According to Google, they're back in Brooklyn. Looks like they're headed out to Sheepshead Bay around there. They'll be coming around above Rockaways at this rate, if not Long Island Southern Shore. Up. So let me try over there. Whenever they stop, we can get a let Google fill it in with the Google Map and have a look-see of what they're seeing or what they were projecting to see or planning to see.
East 14th Street between Avenue A and First Avenue for age male, threatening to throw people into traffic. I mean, male black, 25 years old, wearing a black shirt. No weapons, no injuries, unconfirmed.
My contact's coming in from New York right now. I'm going to head out to the airport. If I get more information, and we'll keep monitoring the telemetry here and see what's happening, what they're doing, or going to do. Looks like they're heading to New York City from Brooklyn here. They're taking some time, and if they're looking for stuff. Seem to be people crazy out there. UFO sitting on top of Brooklyn, facing Lower Manhattan. As far as we can ascertain, since we don't know the future, past, present, we're just assuming that it's the present. And they're over the Hudson. That's the UN building, I'm pretty sure of it. Okay, we're heading up to the airport. I'm gonna pick up my contact. We'll be back on the air later. UFO is at the UN. They're looking straight at it right now. Be back later. Let everyone know. Let everybody know you have a UFO in New York City facing the UN. This is Spaceperium. It is a game development session. What about game development session, folks? Have a nice day.